All right, so today's class is we've done this a couple times in the recent past, but we are running an office challenge / competition for Designs in Command, and it is going to be listing based. So trying to get listings via social media, or if you want to hand out flyers, but just creating a design in Command. And the contest will start next Wednesday, the 15th, I believe, and it'll go through the end of the month. So after today's class, you will be able to go into the system, create a design. I'll show you the different ways that you can do that, and then you will submit it to my email. And at the ALC meeting next month, which is May 13th, I believe, the ALC will vote on the top 3 designs, and there will be some prizes that are going to be given away. So this is being recorded. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so as we've seen before, designs, the applet over here on the left-hand side is the paintbrush on the canvas. So I'm gonna start there. So you're gonna have your design templates. If you've made them in the past, they are all organized by the way they go out. So email, social media, print, and if you've ever done any video. So what I usually do when I come in here is I click on social just to see what I've done in the past, because I've done a lot of social design in the past. But to create a new one, you're going to come down to the bottom right-hand corner where you see the green and white plus symbol. Click that. It'll bring up this new window, and I'm going to highlight social and click next. This will bring you into all of the templates that Keller Williams provides for us. And here's all our categories going down the left-hand side. These are all collapsible and expandable. So if you click on them, you will see drop downs for each of them. Because this is listing based, I would click on listings first just to see the different options that you have in here. Although there are different categories here, you can click on any of the categories to get different designs. You can change up the designs or the templates to your liking. So just because I said it is listing based, it doesn't mean you have to use the listings one. Use any type of design that you'd like. So you can use any of these templates that are here. If you go all the way to the bottom, we have new designs that Keller Williams brings out each week. So the newest ones are going to be here, but we have all these other ones here for your choice. All right, so that's the templates that Keller Williams provides for us. If you click on My Designs at the top, you're going to see all the designs that you've done in the past. And you can edit those or take a look at them or reshare them, stuff like that. Okay. Or you can start from blank. So you can start from a blank design. So if I click on start, it's going to give me an option for what type of design I want to make. So it's still going to be social or flyers. So you're going to choose what size you really want it to be. Usually the ones that I put out are the social squares, just because I think they look the best. So if I choose social square, it's going to pull up a blank template for me. And over here on the left-hand side is your toolbar for creating a design. So if I click on images, it defaults to my assets. Whatever I've uploaded in the past is going to be here for images. If I click on company, it's going to give me a bunch of stock photos that I can use on my design. So if I come down to house exteriors and click on that, here's all these stock photos that I can use as photos or backgrounds. So if I want to choose one here, if I hover over this one right here, I have two different options. I can use the image and it'll just put it right in the center of my template. And then it's going to be difficult for me to size it to the size, the actual size of my design. So if I just choose add photo and it puts it right in the center, that's not what I want to do. It's going to take me more time to resize this. So I'm just going to make sure it's highlighted, delete it, and hover over that same photo on the left-hand side. And the second option is use as background. So if I click on that, it sizes it for me. So now I can use that photo as a background for my template. Okay. Or if you don't like any of these photos that are given to us, what you can do is you can do a simple Google search for royalty-free images, and then I put in real estate. Why do I choose royalty-free? Because a lot of the images that you see in a Google search have like watermarks for the people that create them. So royalty-free is the person that creates it isn't getting paid for you using their photo. So if I do a search for royalty-free images with the word real estate, and instead of all, which just gives me websites, if I click on images, it's going to give me all of these images that I can download and add to my design template. So let me choose. So I chose this one before this class started. Okay. So I clicked on it. Now I can save it. So right click, save image as, and let's just go house photo. And it's going to save it to my downloads. Okay. As a JPEG image, which is a picture image. So I save that. Gets downloaded into my download section. And now I go back to my design. And what I want to do is I'm still in images, but instead of my assets and company, I can click on add. And now I have this option of adding the image. So if I click on this, it's going to bring up my downloads. Here's the one I just downloaded. I'm going to open it. And it puts it into my imported images section. So now I have the different options when I hover over this photo. I have add image, which if I click that, it's just going to add it right to the center, or I can use it as a background. So if I click on use as background, it's going to load and it's going to size it for my background. And you can resize it if you want. You see this one that I added earlier. If I use this one, there's a sold sign. Okay. So that's an option that you have. You can either use the one that the company gives us, or you can add your own via downloading them from a Google search. Any questions on that so far? And you're going to use a blank template if you really want to get creative for the contest or creative in your business. Otherwise, you can just go in and use the templates that you're given. So as I keep working through this one, if I want to add text to this, so I have my background that I want. If I want to add text, it gives me the 3 different types of text that I can add. So if I want to add a subtitle, it's just based on the size of the text, which you can resize as you're building it. So if I choose subtitle, it's going to put it right in the center of my template. And then I click, hold, and drag it to wherever I want it. I can resize the box. And then I can double click inside the box and it'll highlight it. And I can start typing whatever I want to put in the design. So hot sellers market. If I click off of this box, it's still going to keep it highlighted to the point where I can come up here to the toolbar and I can choose a different font. So if I click on the font, it's going to display all the fonts that the system allows us to use. So if I want to choose like Merriweather Bold, there it is right there. And now it's putting it on 2 lines because the box isn't big enough. So now I can resize it And right now it's at 108. So if I want to make it fit on one line, just choose 98 and now it's on one line. I can choose a different color. So if I want red, or here's the spectrum right here, I can bold it or unbold it, italics, underline, letter size, bullet points if you need them, text alignment. I always like to center all the stuff that I do, and then spacing for the letters and the words.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's adding text. You can also add banners. Somebody have a question?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. So you can add banners if you'd like. There's, for the company, it's just each office is independently owned and operated. And My Assets is just different things that you've added. For icons, all these different stock icons, company icons, you can add your own icons if you'd like. And then logos, here's the office logo. So I always want to put an office logo in there. Resize it by clicking on the corner. Oh, make sure I highlight this. I'm actually just going to use the white one. Choose this one. This will probably look better. So I always choose the office logo in any of the designs that I do. And then you're pretty much just going to build it out as much as you want. Most of the time, you're going to add text because you want to make it stand out. What catches the eye is the background image. So that's going to catch the eye first. And then you want to add as much text as you think that you want to get across to the sellers, or if you're making designs for other parts of your business, buyers, sellers, investors, all that stuff. Okay. Any questions on this? So this is creating your own design without using a template. All right, no questions. We'll move on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little bit more time on creating a design from a template. If everyone can mute themselves, that would be great. We're getting a lot of feedback in here.
I'm muted.
Marsha or Barb?
How do I see myself?
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on done, and I'm not going to save this one so I can get back to where all the templates are. Okay, so I'm going to click on the plus symbol in the bottom right hand corner again, go to social, click on next. Let it load again. And this time I'm going to go into the listings category and see what I have going on in there. So let's say, what does spring selling season look like? Nothing in there. Let's say I have something that was just listed. So if you want to create something on a just listed or a coming soon, a lot of these templates are going to look the same for sale, but it's just different layouts and different wording. Okay. So let's do a just listed. And like I said in the past, I always use Social Square just because I think it looks better. And let's go with this one. So you can hover over each of these. And as you hover over it, you see a use button in the top right hand corner of each image. So I'm going to choose this one. It's going to bring the template in. So pretty much lays everything out for you. Okay. So each of these are editable fields. So I can edit any of this. So the first thing that I usually do is I come to the center where the main image is, and I'm going to add an image of the property that you're going to list. So let's say I already have one right here. If you don't have any images from what you are just listing, if it is on the market already, you can come down to this bottom icon, which we haven't touched on yet, which is KWLS. This is where all the listings are. Okay. So I'm in KWLS. I click on search for a KW listing. And I'm going to search by listing address. So let's say 509 Ellis Road in Havertown. And then click on search. Or just hit enter. And it should pop up. There it is right there. Sometimes you have to search for it a little bit. So if I click on select, it's going to import all of the images from the MLS for me. Okay. So if I want to see how I still have this highlighted over here on my template, if I want to replace this image, now I have three options here as I hover over each of the photos. I have add image. If I click on add image, it's just going to enter it right to the center. And then you have to resize it. So I'm not going to choose that. So I'm just going to delete that. And I'm going to highlight this again. And I'm going to choose the option that says replace image, which is right here in the center. And it'll replace it with my image. Okay. And then from here, it just takes a little bit of work to make it look like you want it to look. So just listed is already here. What I usually do is I highlight it, I bold it so it looks better, pops a little bit more. And then if I double click in here, I can move my cursor to the end and put like an exclamation point or something. If I click on 3-bed and highlight the 3-bed, see right here between the size of the font and the opacity, in between is the typewriter. So if I have this highlighted, if I click on typewriter, it's going to bring up what is highlighted, so I could just change it right in there. So you have two options. You can double click inside the box that you have highlighted, or highlight the box and click typewriter, and you can make your changes there. So this is a 4-bed. So I change that and I hit save changes, and it'll change it for me. This isn't a 2-bath, so I highlight that, click on typewriter, and it's 2.5 bath. Save changes. You see how it put it on 2 lines because that box isn't big enough. So I just click on one of the sides and I just expand the box until it fits. And it's not 2,200 square feet. It is 2,700 square feet. Save changes. Okay. Down here is the price. Click on that. Typewriter. Price of this is $5.25. If you have any buyers, please send them over. And I can change the address, highlight that, typewriter, 509 Ellis Road, Havertown, PA 193, I guess, yeah. And it gives you a generic logo, office logo at the bottom. So what I want to do is highlight that. Because I highlight it, it automatically brings me to my logos that I have uploaded already. So I'm going to choose this one. I'm just going to click on replace image. And then you need to resize it based on how you really want it. And then you can add anything else that you like. So if you want to add some more text to it, if you choose body text, it's going to be on the smaller side. Click drag. You can put your information in here if you'd like. People are going to know it's you, so you don't necessarily have to put this, but it's an option. I can resize it to 20. So I can put Matt Carey, Williams, real estate. And then the phone number, your phone number, all that good stuff. I can center it. Click and drag and put it wherever I'd like. You can also, I believe I have my photo in here. So I can add my photo if I wanted to, resize that. So there's just different things that you can do. On something like this, I probably wouldn't put my photo. People know it's gonna come from me. Any questions on building a design from a template? If you ever make a mistake, so let's say I come in here and I made a mistake there. Here's an undo button right here. That'll undo it. All right, so let's say this is ready to go. All right, I'm ready to publicize it or put it out there via social media or save it as a PDF and print out flyers to put at the property, or you want to take part in our competition for the office. You have these different options. So I'm ready to go. Looks good to me. What I want to do is I'm going to click on this download button in the top right-hand corner. And it'll give me 3 different options on how I want to download it. JPEG file and a PNG file are both very similar. They're both picture files. In the past, I've always chosen PNG if I'm posting to social media because I think it looks clearer on Facebook and Instagram than a JPEG looks. So it's your choice on which one you want to use. They're both the same type of file, but I think PNG looks a little bit clearer on social media. Okay, so I'm going to choose Get PNG and then hit Start Download. If you want to download this as a PDF and print it out, you can click on Get PDF. You're going to change it from standard web quality to high resolution print quality because you're going to want to print it out and you want it to look very clear. And then you're going to hit Start Download. Okay. So I'm going to get the PNG and I'm going to click on Start Download. Takes about 10 to 15 seconds for it to download. You'll see it go down in your downloads or wherever your downloads get saved. And from there, I can just go into my downloads, pull it up. That's what it's going to look like when it gets posted to social media. Or if you're partaking in our competition, you are going to draft an email to me and attach this. Okay. Email in the subject line is going to say Designs Competition or Designs Contest. Just let me know it's for the contest. And then you're going to attach this. Because depending on how many people want to be in the contest, I'm going to get a good amount of them. So I want to make sure we include yours. Any questions on any of this? Whether it's building it from a template or building it from a blank template. I'm going to stop sharing for a second so I can see everyone.
Great, Teacher Matt. Thank you.
You're welcome. No questions? Seems pretty easy. It's a lot of plug and play, really. When I first started making designs or when this was first put out in the system, it took me a little bit to learn. I made a bunch of mistakes with just adding photos and not knowing how to delete them. And as you can see, I get pretty detailed on mine, the way I want it to look, just because that's just the way I am. So yeah, it's a lot of plug and play, and there are plenty of videos. So this is being recorded. It will be sent out to you guys. But if you want to watch other videos, other YouTube videos, if you go to YouTube and you just do a search for Command Designs, you will find so many videos that have been uploaded that will take you step by step, where you'll be able to see some top trainers that are using designs at a high level and what they're creating. So you can always do that.
Now, what are some of the prizes? Let's get them excited.
Some of the prizes. So I talked to Anne-Marie the other day. Prizes are going to be first place. Well, third place is going to get $25 off of your office bill. Second place is $50 off of your office bill. And the top prize is going to be $100 off of your office bill.
Nice.
So,
So
Or-
if you combine that with the last, I guess next week's the last week of the listing contest, you get 2 signed listings, you could potentially get $150 off your office bill.
the office would owe you money.
Yeah.
Marcia, you're on mute.
When does this contest end?
So this contest will start next Wednesday, the 15th, and it'll go until the last day of this month, or the last day of April. So it'll be for about 2 weeks.
And
More
then
than
the
go ahead.
winner will be announced in May.
the winner will be announced on May 13th. We have our ALC meeting for May, and I will bring all this. I will put all the designs up in the training room, and the ALC will vote on the top 3.
Cool.
So hopefully we have more than 3 people in the competition.
I hope so.
So Barb asked me to do this for you guys today. I will be doing something very similar to this tomorrow at 1 o'clock. We have our cultural summit tomorrow from 9 to 12, and then I'll be doing this class again at 1 o'clock. So if you want to come out again tomorrow and see a couple other designs, I'll try to switch it up a little bit. You're more than welcome. And that link is in the office calendar, or you can come into the office. I'll be in here. So, all right. Any questions?
Thank you, Matt.
You're welcome.
How many people on here, jumping contest, if you will, or not, the next one's not a contest, but how many people plan on taking part in us helping you with some Facebook leads?
Myself.
Who wants Facebook leads?
This is open for productivity and remember, so you need to meet the requirements of 200 contacts in the database and get them all on a smart plan. And that will qualify you for a lead. Speaking of which, Matt, can we take your Ellis?
Sure. Yes, please find a buyer for that.
Okay, because nobody's gotten back to me. I've asked a couple other people.
You said 200 contacts in a database, and what else?
And everybody has to be on a smart plan.
I'm going to stop recording.